Welcome back. Today we'll study about the upthrust or buoyant force. How balloon or other things are floated in the water. Why it does not sink. When you apply force, the balloon will move down, but at the same time there is a force which is acting upward. When you release, there's a force. This force is called upthrust or buoyancy. To understand what is buoyant force, we'll take one experiment. Take a bucket full of water and push an inverted glass bottle in the bucket. What do you experience from here? When we try to push an inverted glass bottle into a bucket full of water, we have to apply force downward. We apply downward force. At the same time, there is an upward force which is acting against the bottle. It is due to the force the bottle is moving, pushing us up. Now you take an empty bottle again, close tightly with the stopper and put in the bucket. And what did you observe here? Yes, it is floating. It is floating on the water. Then if you try to push the bottle down, then you will feel some force acting upward again. The force which is acting upward is known as buoyant force or buoyancy. The force acting upward is known as buoyant force or buoyancy. We put the downward force, and as soon as you release, then the glass is coming up again. This is called buoyant force or buoyancy. In other words, we call it upthrust. Upthrust or buoyant force. It is a buoyant force. Buoyancy. The upward force experienced by a body when partly or wholly immersed in a fluid is called upthrust or buoyant force, whereas the phenomenon responsible for this force is called buoyancy. You can see here, inside the water there is downward pressure as well as upward pressure. The upward pressure is the buoyant force.